I've read some pretty crazy comments on the internet in my time. Some people make some of the most far-fetched claims. I remember a troll once left a comment on my video saying that the Caucasian race descended from white bears. What? Yep, white bears. Clearly, this was someone that knew nothing about anthropology. Now, of course, there are things that you just simply wouldn't entertain. Just leave them in their own little delusional bubble. But the problem today is the internet is accessible to a few too many people. People take an idea or thought that they have no scientific, factual, or historic evidence to back it up, and make videos and blog posts for the world to see. And all it takes is one person to see that post and think, they have a point. And then it just gets out of hand. Some people are really gifted. They're very talented indeed. They can take some nonsense and make it sound like a fact. That in itself is a skill. They present their imaginative theory and sprinkle it with some few well-choiced words, link it to a couple of articles of a completely unrelated topic to give it some credence, claim that this is being hidden by the masses, use a couple of pictures and diagrams and misrepresent them, and then add in some truth. And hey presto, you have a believable video that, although it's full of misinformation, mixed with lies and misrepresentation, it draws people in. Liars are really good at this. They say the perfect lie is mixed with some truth. Because if there's some truth within a lie, then some people won't be able to differentiate between the truth and the lie. I mean, if that part was true, then maybe all of it is true. But having the internet has let this spiral out of control. Like, for example, there's a little community that believe white people came from outer space and that they're aliens. Now, I have some crazy views, thoughts, and theories of my own when it comes to origins of different races and people. But seriously? So you have this old white guy and he gets on camera and starts to tell his story of how he comes from a far-off galaxy.
I might be probably the first white man, Aryan German man, who is admitting something to you. I want to admit today to you that white people are called not aliens, they are called Aryans. Sorry about that. My brain don't function so well today. These white people are not really human from this earth like black people are. We white people are actually a minority, and we are, let's face the truth, also called the tall whites. Not all of us are tall, not all of us are completely white, but in general, that's what it is. And as some of you may know, the tall whites are not really earthly human, but we're coming out of space, out of another galaxy.
And people really believe him because he sounds so convinced of it himself. He's made multiple videos and they have almost 1 million views. He may genuinely have some mental health issues, a crazy imagination, but the scary thing is the comments and the people agreeing with him. I personally don't class myself as a conspiracy theorist. I only deal with the facts and what I can research and corroborate with verified sources. But people's theories, imaginations, and lies mixed with the ability to paint a good picture and capture people's attention can be very dangerous. Think of Hitler. He had a theory, a belief. He started to spew his thoughts and feelings to people, and some people believed him and followed him. Okay, Angel, get to the point. The title. Yes, the title. Well, it's all connected. A few years ago, I would see comments on my YouTube channel about Serena Williams, outlandish claims that she wasn't a woman. Now, I'm not going to be naive and say, if I see boobs and a booty, then I see a woman. As we know that with the advancements of science and surgery, everything is not as it seems. Is Kim Kardashian's nose her original nose? Is Blac Chyna's booty her original booty? You get the point. But I also would like to think I know a woman when I see one, especially when we've seen her grow up in the spotlight. But I just thought these people are weird. I used to have a little thing for Serena Williams. That booty had me like, whoa.
Booty, I'm like whoa.
I actually think she's attractive, minus the shoulders. Personally, I'm not into women with really broad shoulders. I'm also not into female bodybuilders. That's just me. But I can still look at a woman who's a bodybuilder and see if she's beautiful or not. Broad shoulders are going to develop when you work out regularly in the gym and train, especially in the level of power she needs in her serves when playing tennis. Look at 100-meter sprinters. Because you use your arms and shoulders as well as your legs to gain speed when running, you're going to get broad shoulders as a result. I think a lot of female athletes are very beautiful, and I love thick legs too, so that's all good. But big shoulders, they're not my thing. But who cares whether I like big shoulders or not? These women don't care because they're winning, becoming successful, and amazing at what they do. My likes or dislikes are not important. Someone with half a brain understands that repetitive actions and exercises will change your body. It's very simple. Then, during the time that Trump was running for president, I would see comments about Michelle Obama. These little trolls would claim she was a man. Really? I really didn't know where they were getting this information from. I know she's 5'11" tall. Although that's tall for a woman, there are many women who are taller than this. Both Serena Williams and Michelle Obama have children. We saw Serena Williams pregnant. If this isn't a dead giveaway, then I don't know what is. But of course, the conspiracy theorists were ready to come out of the woodworks. When I think about things from a different angle, I realize that there were many people that were anti-Barack Obama. Comedians, news pundits, politicians that added to these claims. Things were being said about the Obamas to discredit them. Some people don't like the fact that a man of African descent was president of the United States. Some people don't like that Barack Obama is still very much revered. Some people believe Obama did nothing. So attacking Michelle Obama was natural progression for a lot of haters. Because at first they said he wasn't American. Then they'll say, well, he's only half black, so he's not black. There's really not much that they can attack him for. So they decided to turn on Michelle Obama. But I paid it no mind, and I honestly didn't think many people thought this. Then about 6 months ago, an old friend of mine reached out to me. He wanted to reconnect. We hadn't spoken in years. He said, hey, I've seen your videos around. Not sure why we drifted apart, but we should meet up. We used to be really good friends, so I said, sure, why not? So he brings up a couple of topics on the phone. He said he was woke now. So he starts discussing these ideas he has. And although some of them were a little bit out there, they weren't that bad. Some of them I could understand where he got these ideas from, and I'd also heard them before. He started to talk to me about gene splicing and humans being created by the ancient Egyptians, the Anunnaki, British kings that were black. Things like this I've researched myself, and I'm aware of these theories. So I listened. Then he said to me, what do you think of Serena Williams and Michelle Obama? Said, Michelle Obama's great. Serena Williams, one of the best athletes ever. Two very successful black women. Then he interjected and said, men. I said, what? And he says again, men. They're men. I took a big sigh and said, not you too. So he started to spout off about this video he'd seen and how if you look at the positioning of the belly button, you can tell what sex somebody is. And apparently their belly buttons were either too high or too low. I started to laugh because myself and Simeon Panda, who's a well-known bodybuilder, both have slightly higher up belly buttons. So I said, does that mean Simeon Panda and I are women? He didn't respond. He just kept talking about these women being men. At this point, I remembered why we drifted apart as friends. This was a guy who thought he was intelligent, but all he did was speak pseudoscience and half-truths. The same guy that used to worship Becky and put extreme requirements on black women. He used to have these really high standards for black women. He wouldn't even look at a black woman unless she fit this particular criteria. They had to be goddesses with amazing bodies, beautiful faces, natural hair, a perfectly sculpted ass, a master's degree, a PhD, a nasty freak who happens to be a virgin. She had to be able to speak 7 different languages, built a school in Africa, won a Nobel Peace Prize, found a cure for cancer, have no gag reflex, be able to cook a 9-course gourmet meal, be loyal, be earning at least 6 figures a year, be able to touch her toes without bending her knees, be Afrocentric, conscious, filled with knowledge of self, and won 6 Oscars. But then he would drool over and go crazy for an overweight Becky on welfare without a high school diploma. My mind was always blown. And then I remembered why we were no longer friends. He said, let me show you these videos. I didn't want to see them. In fact, I just hung up on him. I see things for what they truly are. I see how society tries to remove femininity from black women. Black women constantly have to prove their femininity, their womanhood. If a white woman is tall, then she should be a supermodel. She's an Amazonian princess. But if a black woman is tall, then hold on, are we sure she's a woman? At the end of the day, it's all anti black woman rhetoric. And that's something I don't stand for, I don't support, and I won't have. Society tells black women that they need to be more feminine and softer, but then society forces them to be harder and colder, all because they have to protect themselves. It's like they can't win. So I cut him off again. I know when I'm hearing regurgitated supremacist anti-black women talking points. It doesn't matter the race of the person who's saying it. People can be easily manipulated and brainwashed, even people that think they are woke or pro-black. Yesterday, I put up a post about atavism. Long story short, atavism, more commonly known as genetic throwbacks, is basically white people that have black features due to dormant ancestral DNA. I will have a video about this soon. So I asked people on my private Instagram account their views on this. When this apparent pro-black conscious RBG brother said that you are whoever you're raised by. So if you happen to be a black child adopted by white parents, then you're white. He used Angelina Jolie's adopted children as an example. Now, everyone is entitled to their own opinions. However, everyone is not entitled to their own facts. So I said to him, by that logic, a white person who was raised by black parents, let's say they were adopted by two black people, would that white person be black? Because by your logic, you are whoever you're raised by. I never knew genetics and race worked that way personally myself. So to this, he brought up Barack Obama, saying that because Barack Obama was raised by white people, that he's white. So my response was that Obama being half black and of African descent does not change because he was raised by non-black people. Obama's actions are very pro-black to me. Yes, he's half black and half white, but he married a black woman and brought two black children into the world, which is more than some people who claim to be pro-black do. To which this conscious woke RBG brother said, correction, he married a man. At this point, I knew what I was dealing with. So I removed him from my private Instagram page. Not because he has a different opinion on atavism or belief on who's black or not black. No, I removed him for disrespecting a black woman. I removed him for claiming to be woke, but using supremacist troll talking points against a black woman. The sad thing is his wife is also subscribed to me, and she seems like a very lovely and genuine person. I saw a few of her videos while I proceeded to block this guy only after he came into my DMs and messaged me calling me all sorts of N-words and using the N-word like he was being paid. That was another funny thing. He had a post on his Instagram account saying that rappers should not call themselves N-words. Yet he proceeded to call me and refer to himself by the N-word multiple times. That's something that I call a photep. And if you don't know what a photep is, I'll put a video in the description. But back to his wife. His wife is not responsible for his views. And being that his wife is his wife, I expect her to take his side. But I have no issues with her. You're great and very positive, and I can see that. You seem like a wonderful woman. Your husband, on the other hand, is very lost and confused. You want to be woke, conscious, pro-black, and positive with your left hand, but then with your right hand, you want to scream and shout and have white supremacist talking points and say crazy, outlandish things. You want to say, don't call yourself the N-word, call yourself Negus Nagasti, Naga, but yet you come into my DMs calling me all types of N-words, saying I'm not a real N-word, you're a real N-word, and I'm not a real N-word because I blocked you. And at that time, I hadn't even blocked him. I just removed him. I only blocked him after he came into my DMs talking this foolishness. So I don't have to say any more on this. There is no credence or veracity to the claims that Michelle Obama or Serena Williams are men. These are black women, 100%. If you don't like them, just say you don't like them. If you don't like their husbands, say you don't like their husbands. But don't attack their womanhood, because it's hard enough for black women as it is. Now they have to prove their sex to you? Crazy. You can't be pro-black if you're not pro-black women. And this has nothing to do with me being blind to the facts and not willing to do the research. Seriously, are you hearing yourselves? There is no evidence, and even Stevie Wonder can see that these women are women. Anyway, it's sad that I even had to make a video like this. Peace, love, and coconut oil. Hey man, that's racist. Please remember that from now on, brand new never before seen videos, as well as live streams, will only be available on my website, ikyg.com, via a Patreon subscription. ikyg.com is a Black-owned, Black-ran platform, 100% free from censorship. It's the only place where we don't have to worry about what we say and expressing ourselves. Make sure you check out the description and the comment section for important links, as well as information in video form that shows you what benefits you get when you support the site and join my Patreon. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, then don't forget to subscribe and be notified every time I upload a video. For exclusive content and perks, check out my Patreon. This is where we have private live streams, group chats, live Q&As, live phone calls, and open topics. This is a safe space where you can interact with other like-minded people, make friends, send each other direct private messages, and so much more without any trolls. And yes, you get to use GIFs and images in the live chats. So what are you waiting for? This is a completely independent website, free from censorship. If you'd like to make a donation towards the site so we can continue to put out the truth without fear of being silenced, then please hit that donation button. It's greatly appreciated. Check out the rest of the site for videos, private and public live streams, find out all the tea, and make sure to utilize the Black Money section of the website. Advertise your business absolutely free to people that look like you, free forever. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at angel_IKYG.